Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Hapkido Live. I'm Grandmaster Ron Sucker. This is the adult class. We're going to do a couple of different things today. So our focus is going to be on fundamentals and then also on grappling. So a little yin-yang class for us. Let's get started. Let's go ahead and shake. And circles. Welcome everybody. It's joining me live. Always appreciate when there's some folks that are out there live. Circle the other way. Good, big arms. Give yourself hugs. I find Monday workouts are always the best because you're the freshest. Had a few days off. Roll your shoulders forward. And backwards. Rotate your back. So a big shout out to Grandmaster Richards. I had an opportunity to talk to him yesterday. It's always good to talk to you, sir. So hips. Good. Now we're just going to stretch our neck just because got some things we're going to be doing today that may have some neck involved, all right? Good. Knees. And rub your kneecaps, rub your kneecaps. Ankle. And other ankle. Stretch toes. Thanks, sir, for your message. Feet apart. Stretch on down. Stretch to one foot. And stretch to our other foot. And to both. Turn towards one leg and stretch. Turn towards the other leg and stretch. Let's go ahead and come up, lean towards one knee. Lean towards the other knee. Go ahead and take a seat. One leg on top of the other. Stretch it forward. Good. Switch legs. Stretch it forward. Good. Put your feet together. And bounce it. And stretch forward. So our Tabata today is going to focus on a lot of core, but also one of the ones from an old workout and a new one. So looking forward to that. Kind of talk through those here in a minute when we get to it. One in, one out. Push. Stretch it. Leg on top, little bounce. And stretch forward. Good, switch sides. Stretch it, leg tucked in. Good, leg on top. And stretch forward. Very nice. Just relax. Steep all those fingers. Good. Extend your wrist. In this case, compression. Other side, compression. Go ahead and pull back on your fingers. And pull back on your fingers on the other side. Good. Stretch your thumb. Mine's making poppy noises today. Don't know why. Stretch your other thumb. Good. Squash your hand. So just try to get your thumb, base your thumb to the base of your pinky. Other side. Good. So we're going to start a leg stretch just before we hit our Tabatas. So in this case, we're going to have our legs in frog position. So our feet are together. Try and get our knees to the ground. Excuse me, hips to the ground, knees out. And just going to push back a little bit and pull forward. It's kind of a butterfly, but done upside down. Okay. And then we're going to put our feet behind our knees. Okay. Let's turn for you. Feet behind your knees. And now you're just going to try and push back into that a little bit. Stretching out our hips. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one leg up, square to the other one, and lay over it. So my feet are parallel. Here, I'll turn again for you so you can see. Feet are parallel. Okay. Lay across that leg. Stretch that hip flexor out. Yeah, let's switch sides. Stretch that hip flexor out. Cool. Go ahead and stand up. So for today's Tabatas, you won't actually require any like extra equipment. So we're not doing inclines or declines or anything like that. Okay. And the first exercise, actually got it just a few minutes ago. I was watching a workout. I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that. So it's like the break dance in which you get your legs out. Okay. So you're in bear, kind of downward dog if you prefer, but bear crawl kind of feel. And you're going to take your leg out to the side and then underneath. Okay. So then the other leg out underneath. Okay. You're just going to go back and forth. Again, the more up you are, the more deltoid it is. The flatter you are, the more core it is. So whatever works. Okay. Second thing we're going to do is, I gotta read my handwriting. Okay. Discus. Okay, sorry. So we're going to be like we're throwing the discus. So we're just going to throw kind of over and over again. This is all core. And then we're going to do 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for 2 minutes. A minute each. Next one, one of my old favorite ones. This one, I guess you do need a prop if you want. You put a pillow down, you can put a sheet of paper down, doesn't really matter. You're basically just going to round around that object as quickly as you can. Okay. And then 30 seconds, then 30 seconds the other way. Okay. And the last one, don't need any explanation for. We're doing crunches for a minute, followed by crunches for a minute later. So these are a lot of core. Why don't we just go ahead and get started? So get my timer going. I guess it's not paying attention. Oh, there it goes. Okay. 10 seconds. We're going to do what they're called grasshoppers, I guess. Okay. Is what the name I saw was. So let's leg out. Oh, I went the wrong way. So out, under, out, under, out, under. So for me, it's out first and then a break dance. Try to do it one-handed, maybe. I don't know. A lot of core in that one. Try to do this one one-handed. Last one. Good. Next one we're doing, discus. You don't need a discus. It's gonna act like you're throwing a discus. We're gonna do it for a minute. Remember, good core rotation, that's really what we're after. Holding a discus in one hand, the other hand, gonna help it, okay? Here we go. Rotation, that's really what you're looking for. All right, switching up to the other side, just going right away. Trivia fact, used to throw a discus. You spin a lot more than this, but you get the idea. Back leg's taking the bend. Throw out, less than 10 seconds to go. Good. Next thing we're doing is circle runs. Okay. So just find a spot on your floor, throw a pillow down, you put a sheet of paper down. Main thing is you just don't want to trip over it. You're going to run in a circle as tight as you can around that thing. 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds, we're going to go the other way. Get started in 4, 3. Move your feet. This is all fast feet. 30 seconds of fast feet. This is the cardio part. Come on, keep those feet moving. Going the other way. Good for small spaces, assuming you're not on slippery socks or anything like that. Walk it, walk it, walk it. All right, Julie, run it, run it, run it. Come on, just less than 10 seconds. Good. Next exercise, crunches. Ready? I am. 10 seconds. 5. Remember, triceps down. Just that first part. Fast you can go. Come on, keep going. Halfway done. Upper ab, that's what we're working. Feeling the burn. 10 seconds to go. Good job. Coming right back to grasshoppers, okay? So we're going to do a bear crawl or a downward dog and do leg out, leg under, okay? Start in 10 seconds. Here we Hapkido. Yeah. Oops, wrong arm. Lay underneath. Gotta get the correct arm out. You always do it with 2 hands on the ground, but mostly we're working flexion and shoulder strength. $15 seconds. Last one. Again, standing up. We got discus next. Or a good rotational. On this one, getting some good rotation. Starting in 5. Here we go. Back, forward. Switching up, here we go. I'll throw that discus over and over again. Good job. So on this circle run, I'm just going to throw a sheet of paper down. That's something to run around. Sometimes it helps to have a focal point. Suppose you could use your phone if you wanted to. But anything, kind of make it at your center of your circle, right? Here we go. Oop, I guess my center is blowing around while I'm walking. All right, 3 seconds. We're going to switch directions. All right, switch. Keep those feet moving. It's just kind of a movement drill. $15 seconds. Keep moving. You got this. This isn't hard. It's kind of keeping your hips in the middle. It's kind of the goal here. I should say your shoulders in the middle, move your hips. Doesn't help when your center keeps moving. Good job. All right. Take a quick break. You're going to need some gear coming back. So, just something. Timer from doing its thing. All right. So coming back for the kind of the grappling portion of this activity, help to have a couple pillows. Bam, got a couple pillows. I also have the stuffed dude, grappling bag. Couch pillow would be really good for this, but it'll be the second half of what we're doing today. Okay, so that's the second half. First thing we're going to work on, fundamentals. And more specifically, front stance turns. Okay, so these are as traditional as you get. Grabbing some water myself. And they really are there to work your balance, work your position. They have nothing to do with self-defense, and they have very little to do with practical, technique. But we keep them mostly for balance. And every time so often it's nice to have a little tradition in there. So front stance, kind of just kicking it off. So front stance, feet are parallel and hips are in two corners of a square. Okay, so I got a square on the ground. Boom. I want to be in two corners of that square. So I don't want to be too narrow, and I don't want to be too deep. Okay, so I want to be where I feel good balance, and again, be parallel. This knee is over your front foot. Okay, so over your front foot. So it's not back, it's over. Okay, and the back leg can have a little bend in it, but traditionally it doesn't. Depends on whether you're doing kicking stance or actual front stance. So that's front stance. Now, what we're going to do is just switch. Okay, so on a switch, my back leg comes in, comes over, my front leg kind of goes out in that like L, kind of looks like a little bit of an angled L. Okay, and the key is kind of getting to the same point. Okay, now hands wise, boom. One hand is one fist height away from your thigh. The other hand's tucked at your hip. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch. Check your feet, make sure they're still in a square. And then, of course, you'd switch hands. Boom. Okay, and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Gotta make sure my feet are parallel. My back foot likes to turn out. Okay, and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Just looking down, make sure my feet are correct in the two corners of the square. So I'm feeling pretty good about that technique. Next thing we're going to do short turn. Okay, short turn. So when you're doing short turn, your foot comes in, goes out, and your hands switch. So I'll turn sideways so you can kind of see. In this case, my foot comes in, goes out. Oh, that's not it. Helps if I'm all right. Confuse myself there. So again, your back leg comes in, goes out, and becomes your front leg. Okay? So standing here, my back leg comes in and pushes out, becomes your front leg. Okay? And kind of one of the things we always look for is whether or not your head, when you're doing turns like this, whether your head comes up or stays even. So we want to see your head kind of stay even, okay? And as you work it across the mat. Okay? You do tend to slide one way. So start on one side of your workout room. We're going to do some short turns. Okay, hands just kind of stay here when you turn. They switch but behind. Okay, ready, and turn, and turn, and turn. Good. Okay, now we're going to switch. Okay, so remember, back leg in, front leg out. Ready, and turn, turn, turn. Okay. And that is short turn. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to text or comment. But that's kind of what you're working short turn. Okay. Now, long turn. This is one where everybody tends to come up in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front leg and slide it past my back leg and make it my front leg behind me. Okay? So I'll just shift over a little bit. Again, front leg slides over. Now, the most common thing people do, other than coming up, is they start to get narrower as they're doing it. Let's see if I can show you. Okay, so I'm going to start in a pretty wide stance. Bam. And as they do it, they tend to narrow up. Okay, and that's where they get messed up. Okay, so we're going to do 5 long turns on one side, 5 long turns on the other. Here we go. Okay. Long turn. Okay. Long turn. Long turn. Long turn. Long turn. Now we're going to switch. Okay. 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 Long turn. Long turn. Long turn. Long turn. Long turn. One more. Here. Long turn. Long turn. Good. You got those done. Great. Okay. I know those are tough, but that's long turn over and over again. Okay. So let's do some of the incidental turns. 3/4 turn, not being one. So we're going to do quarter turn and reverse quarter turn, things like that. All right. So again, good stance, Leg comes in, pushes out. That is a quarter turn. Okay, in, out, quarter turn. In, out, quarter turn. In, out, quarter turn. Turn a quarter of a circle each one. All right, so let's do that all together. Make sure your feet are in the corners of the square, nice and parallel. Here we go. Ready, and turn, and turn, and turn, and turn. All right, switch feet. Boom. Okay. Here we go. And turn, 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 turn. Okay. And I think I want one too many. So that's quarter turn. Reverse quarter turn. So again, we're in deep, meaningful stance. Now I'm going to move my leg where I can't see it. So I'm going to bring it in, push it out. Bring it in, push it out. Okay. That's a reverse quarter turn from front stance. Let's go ahead and knock out 4. So good stance, whichever one you got going. Okay. Here we go. Ready, turn, 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 and last one. Turn, switch. Okay. Reverse quarter turn. Okay. Move a little bit away from my dude. Here we go. And turn, 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 turn. Takes a little bit of room. Make sure your feet are still in the square, and you're all good. Okay. That's quarter and reverse quarter turn from front stance. Okay. From front stance. Okay. Now, let's do front leg quarter turn. Okay. So again, we're here. Okay. Now I'm going to bring my leg in, put it over there. Okay. In, out. Okay. Front leg's doing all the work. Rear leg staying put. Okay. So let's do 4 front leg quarter turns. Right. So here we are. Boom. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Boom. Okay. Let's switch. Going right away. Here we go. Ready. In. Okay. That's front leg quarter turn. As anticipated, front leg reverse quarter turn goes towards the back of me, and it looks like this. So I'll go in, out, turn. Okay. In, out, turn. Notice my back foot turns at the last moment, right? And that's just pivot. Let's just do 4 together. Here we go. Reverse front leg quarter turn. Good fighting stance, or excuse me, front stance. Here we go. So the key on this one is really stepping as far around as you can on that one. All right, let's switch and go right away this leg. Here we go. Ready, and turn. Push it out there. Turn, turn, and turn. Okay, good job. So that's front leg, reverse quarter turn. 3/4 turn. Okay, formal, formal, formal. Here we go. So 3/4 turn, take my back leg, making my front leg over there. Okay, feels a little bit like a long turn, only you got to step as far over as you can. Okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit because I want my front foot well away from that line, just based on my stance. Right. So here we are, 3/4 turn, slide, boom. Okay, so we're not going to do. I can't do multiples in my space. I don't know about you, but I'm just going to reset my position again. Boom. I get up and 3/4 turn. Turn. Boom. Check your feet when you're done. Most common thing is being too narrow. So if you're too narrow, just pull your foot back a little bit. That'll help you out. Okay. Let's do 2 more on the side. 3/4 turn. Turn. And resetting again. 3/4 turn. Turn. Okay. Now let's switch legs. And let's switch in directions. Okay. So again, good fighting stance, or front stance, excuse me. And turn. That's 1. And turn. That's 2. And turn. That's 3. And last one. Here we go. And turn. That's 4. Okay, that's 4. So in between your turns, generally you can bring your hands up into doubles. Okay. So whatever turn I'm doing, you can bring them up and then push them back down. No one's going to be upset about that. Make sure you got this arm tucked. It doesn't have to be super high. It can be at hip height. That's fine. This one, again, want this height about that leg. Okay, and you can do that every time in practice. Okay. The main thing we really focus on in this particular drill set is sliding your feet. Okay, slide your feet, slide your feet. And that's really what it's for, is really working on your balance. No matter how you're putting your feet, it's really working on your balance, so you got good balance all the way around. Okay? And when you're working fighting stance, these become trivial when you got it. Okay? When you got front stance. Okay. The only one we didn't do is step out, and that's because it just kind of it pivots. And if you want, you can step back and pivot, but you don't really need it because that's an actual tactical technique. Is I'm in a fighting stance and I want to step out of that fighting stance into a different fighting stance. That's kind of the step out. Right? So there you go. There's fundamentals, front stance, turns, and movements. Okay. Just finish up our our fundamentals class. We're going to do inside body movement, but we're going to do kind of the J drill. So in this case, I'm going to scoop underneath. It's not a 4-count drill. It's kind of just a 2-count drill. Just start working it with me. Just going to go back and forth. For catching legs, boom, other hand comes up. I'm going to stay pretty even on this one just to work the motion. Good. So that's kind of the back and forth version. Now let's try and do outside body movement. So we're just going to step back, boom. You're going to step forward and then step back, boom. Forward, step back. Just movement, just working our movement. So there you go. Outside body movement done is a kind of a 2-count versus a 4-count. It's kind of a continuous motion. Okay? And again, last thing I kind of want to do is a step forward drill. So not like circle run, but in this case, I'm just going to step forward, bam, fighting stance, step back, step forward, fighting stance, step back, fighting stance, okay? Step back, fighting stance. So right, left, or left, right. And again, stepping into a fighting stance in each case. Okay. 2 forward, followed by 2 back. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just repeating. One more after this. Good job. So that's just a movement drill, really about learning, kind of stepping into a fighting stance or retreating into a fighting stance, and either like do it for you depending on what advantage you're looking for. Okay? What advantage you're looking for, right? So need to gather your materials together. We're going to be doing a lot of knee on belly. So again, 2 pillows can get you there. Okay, where you're working 2 pillows, bam. You can work. I prefer a sofa cushion if I'm working on cushions. I guess because it's a little wider, gives me a little bit more cushion, and allows me to work some of the other drills we're going to do. So I conveniently have my good friend here. Going to help me teach. So if you don't have kind of a buddy, in this case, or a workout dummy, you can absolutely use one of the other things I tend to use, especially for knee on belly drills, is one of these soft grappling dummy type pads. They work well too, okay? Especially as you're drilling. Okay? There's nothing wrong with drilling at home grappling techniques. Okay? It's hard to do some of the finishes and stuff like that, but positional stuff like this, you can absolutely be doing at home. Okay? Just make sure you're protecting your knees. Don't go slamming down on hardwoods or anything like that. Right? So for those that don't remember, knee on belly. I'm going to tuck this base foot into his hip. Okay? Put my knee on his belly. Now he doesn't care, okay, which is awesome. Okay? I'm going to grab a collar. I'm going to grab a hip. Okay? If they have a belt, great. If they don't, I'm just going to grab fabric and this legs out to the side. Okay? Kind of the key here is I don't want my body to go over center line. Okay? So get your knee on belly position and own that position. Okay? So you can be down, pressuring forward, pressuring back, pulling up into, any of those kinds of things. But this is the traditional position. Okay? So a couple of basic mistakes. Let's do basic mistake number one. Okay, is you're leaning over the dude. Okay, leaning over the dude means that the dude's going to take you over. Okay, I want to be center of gravity just past his center. Okay, so on this side of his center, because I got a big old leg out here to stop me from going that way. So I'm just going to hold that position. Boom. Okay, and again, hip, shoulder. Okay, mistake number two. Okay, come around to the side so you can kind of see mistake number two. Okay, mistake number two. Okay. Is this foot is free. It's not on his hip, okay? Not on his hip. So he has the ability to make space there or to tuck this between his legs so he can get into half. I don't want that. So I want my leg tucked in tight, okay? And my other leg out, okay? And that's the mistake number three, is this leg comes in, make him a center of gravity go over, and then you're easy to take over at that point. So remember, leg out, holding collar up top, hip at the bottom, base leg tucked in. Okay? That's knee on belly. Okay? Hopefully everybody's got that more or less correct. Okay? Next position working, side control. Okay? So turn my dude north again. I want this high knee inside his armpit. Okay? I want my arm underneath his head. Okay? I'm gonna put this hand right next to his hip, and it can be grabbing gi over here or passing gi off, okay, depending on what we want to do. And this bottom knee is sitting in his hip. Okay, we've all done it here. Just going to come up underneath here, grab a hold of my own hands, crush down on its face with my shoulder, and kind of hold that position. Okay, watch out for this mistake, which is going too far over. My center of gravity just past his. It's easy for him to try to bridge and take me over. So this nice tight position here. Okay, hold tight. You got it. Okay, just like that. Okay. Now, if we're doing black area wrestling, in which we can do strikes, this changes up. I want this knee free. And I'm in this position, what I call kind of a four corners position. Elbows to his head, knees to his head, knee to a hip, other knee to the, other elbow to the hip. So I can throw strikes here, boom, or strikes here, boom, and kind of reckless abandon, make a kind of a head cracker here out of his head, and which I can hit. Okay. So this is kind of side control, or first one side control, second one's kind of side mount for black here. Okay, so nice and tight. Remember, squash your body down if you need to spread your knees out a little bit so you get a bit of butterfly on this one, so you can put some body weight on this dude. This dude is not very thick. Okay, so kind of have to work a little up on it. Okay, so that is side control and black area wrestling side control. Okay, both very important. Okay, now scarf. Just because I'm going to cover it. Scarf is, I'm going to turn my hip out here, come around his head, be holding on to this arm. On one butt cheek, legs are out, so you can't be taken over. As he starts to creep this around, boom, which is why you don't see a lot of this in some of the jiu-jitsus, is because it's easy to get a leg hook. Okay, let's kind of start walking around with his head on my side control. And scarf. Okay, and I like to, boom, pull him up to me so I'm nice and tight so my head's not up to be hooked. It's nice and low. Okay, that scarf, we've all worked plenty of scarves in our lifetime, hopefully. But anybody that's new, that's kind of the scarf hold. I'm kind of like a scarf hanging out the side of his body. Okay, I don't have both butt cheeks on the ground. I want a single butt cheek on the ground if I can get away with it. Both butt cheeks work, but he's going to hook my head potentially later because my head came up. Okay, so again, head to head, nice and low, strong. Okay, And we'll be doing some strikes from here or transitions from here. It's a good way to clear an elbow if you need to, or arm as you come through. All right. So that's scarf. North, south, or upper mount, depending on who you are. So I'm underneath both arms. Okay. My chest is on his face. Okay. Not my lower body. Okay. So I'm here underneath both, grabbing his pants or his belt. Okay. Like to go out, squash. You can come up on your toes. Just put all your body weight through that chest. Okay. Nice and low. Okay. Get out of the habit of looking around. Okay. You've got to keep your head low. Okay. And you're just kind of squashing everybody down. And again, pulling up his pants if you can get away with it. All right. So nice and tight. Nothing touching in here. Okay. So I'm got nothing but air there. So I can put all my body weight through his chest and his head. Okay. So that's upper or north south. Okay. Now we covered the positions. Let's get into some transitions. All right. So first one we're going to work. Simple. Okay. We're going to go knee on belly switch. Okay. So let's talk through it quickly. So here I'm in knee on belly, nice and tight. Boom. Got my 2 transition points, my legs out. Okay. I'm going to push down. Okay. I'm going to pull this knee in, swap over, grab. Okay. So you can make that smoother. So grab, switch, pivot. Okay. Grab. So I'm controlling the hips, shoulder, switch, pivot. Okay. Boom. Okay. Work it 10 times back and forth. I'm going to do it on my own. Okay. So grab. Okay. 8 skinny people on this drill. grab. But this way does not complain, so that's good. And I'm going to move my knee up a little bit so I have more control. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so side to side, switching from one knee on belly to the other knee on belly. Okay. So the next one we're going to work. Sorry, something in my eye there. We're going to go simple drill again. We're going to do it 10 times on a side. We're going to start knee on belly. So you're going to grab knee on belly, boom, here. You're going to just slide right into side control, and then put your knee back up again, knee on belly. Okay. Just doing that 10 times on a side. So again, knee on belly, slide into side, back into knee on belly. Okay, that's one. So when you're inside, you're going to hold side nice and tight, and then you're going to sneak that knee on top. So my knee's on top of him, then I open up. Boom. Okay. And then the reverse. Get that elbow out of the way, sink down, take that knee off last. Bam. Okay. Got 3 more. That's one. Okay, so that's knee on belly to side to knee on belly. Okay, so next one we're going to work. We're going to go from side to scarf to side. Okay, so we're going to start here, inside. Bam. You got to take this arm over here, scarf, back to side. This is a very common way to get rid of this arm if it's between your legs. Okay? So if I'm here, I'm going to get that elbow out there, boosh. Okay? Go to my scarf, bam, and then reset. It's not coming inside that knee. Okay? Just like that. Okay? So, I didn't work knee on belly to side to knee on belly on the other side. That's okay. We'll do that in a minute, okay, if we have time. Okay? Just want to try and get through these drills. So this time, just doing 5. Side, scarf, side. Okay, so go for it. for me, there you go. And that was side, scarf, side. Okay. Next one we're going to work is side to north, south to side. Okay. So this is really make sure your chest stays on their chest, and you're going to kind of push your way out when you get to north, south. Okay. So you're going to start inside. Boom. Body comes down, rotates, grabs underneath, north, south. Come back around. Turn elbow to side. Okay. Let's do 4 more of those. Side. Grab these pants. North, south. Back to side. Okay. Let's keep. 3. 4. 5. So whatever you're working out on, whether it's pillows, pad, person, go slow, work them slow, and just really kind of work through your positions, making sure you get the grabs that you need to get your technique correctly. Okay. So next one, I always have trouble with it, but we're going to do it anyways. So we're going to start knee and belly. Bam. Good position. Okay. Now I'm going to go around this way and go to the other knee on belly. Okay. So that was kind of spinning. Your leg comes around and you're going to spin. Okay. Hands go back. Okay. So you can hold hand position if you wish. Okay. Or switch them here. And by the way, it's really terrible for the person on the bottom if you're doing this because you're spinning on your knee in them. Okay, so that was number 2 for me. So we're gonna okay. Here we go. We're just doing 5. Okay. All right, and that's 5. So, really remiss if you didn't do knee on belly to mount, just because it's knee on belly 4, right? So here we are. Just got to do knee on belly, slip over, boom, mount, okay, and we return. Okay, knee on belly, slip over, mount. Okay, and I'm going to high mount every time. Here we are. Knee on belly, slip over, come out. Knee on belly. Slip over, come out. Knee on belly, slip over, come out. My extra hand forward, not something you should be doing. He's just really low for me to do the transition. An excuse, I know. But here, boom, switch over. I'll put it on his neck. How about that? And get time out. All right. So that was knee on belly to mount. Now we're going to do like somebody's pushing their leg down to try and capture it. Okay. You got a couple of choices here, but first thing we're going to do is kind of talk about the position. So I'm here, boom, boom. But for whatever reason, they bridged or whatever, and they're pushing this leg down to capture it. Okay. Get you in half. So what I want to do is a couple of different things. Okay. One, as they start to push it down, where I feel their hands on it, that's when I go after that arm bars and stuff like that. Okay, because their arms are on my leg, and I'm, if I got it tucked into their hip, it's going to be hard to move. But maybe I want them to push it down, so I'm going to let them push it down, and then I'm going to pick it up and go to mount. Okay, so let's just practice that. So they start pushing it down, up and over. Okay, down, up, over. Okay. They're pushing it down, comes up, over. Okay. Now, if I keep my leg to the outside and they push it down, they have to capture it somehow. I try and pull this leg up. Okay? When they pull that leg up, it's pushing my leg forward so that they can capture it with half. Okay? I'm just going to step right over. Okay? Now, if you got pillows, it works just the same. Okay? My pillow is just a little bit more anatomically correct than yours. Okay? So again, they're pushing it down. Keep your leg on the side. Keep your leg on the side. They may try and push your knee up. Just take it right over. Okay? Come out. Okay? That's kind of one defense. Okay? The other is maybe they start to push it down. You're going to back step and come into side. Okay? You can do that. Okay? They start to push it down. It comes up. Now I'm going to slide around north here. And then up in north, north-south. Okay? You got a lot of options there when somebody starts pushing on that leg. Okay? You can switch at that point. Okay? Just realize that they're pushing on the leg that's going out that way. So as I switch, they're making room for my other leg. As long as they don't capture it, I'm good. All right. So again, that was knee on belly with a little their defense going in the mount or going north-south. Practice, or we'll practice just a couple going north-south. So big step over, going north-south. So here we are. We're on knee on belly. That knee starts to come up as they push it. Okay. I'm going to slide that arm underneath. This leg kicks. Boom. Over. North-south. Okay. 2 more of those. Again, we're on knee on belly. They start to push that leg. Try and grab it. Okay. This leg comes up. North-south. Okay. Again, grab it. Knee on belly. Okay. This leg's out. They push it up. Push you up. Whatever. You're just going to come over. Okay. Be happy you're not working with a person. Okay. They do not enjoy that. Okay. And the other one is kind of the back step into side control. So you're here. Boom. You got your knee on belly. They start to push it up. I'm going to back step here. Boom. And now I'm going to pull this leg across and go straight into side control. Okay. Work it slow to get it fast. Okay. So I'm here. They start to pick this leg up. I'm going to back step here. 1. Slide this knee in between arm and armpit and get my side control. Okay. And then, of course, just steal a knee and another knee on belly because you got the position out. All right. So that's the back step into side control. Let's try and do, if you will, the mother of all drills. Okay. So you're going to start in side. You're going to go to knee on belly. You're going to switch to the other knee on belly. You're going to go to side and then to north-south. Okay. So let's see if we can do that. I'll talk you through it. So we're here in side control. Bam. Okay. Slide that knee up. Grab those 2 positions. Now knee on belly. Boom. Switch. Bam. Okay. Yes. Put that leg out. Okay. Now you're going to shift right into side again. Yeah. Now on the other side. Okay. And then from here, you're going to hold their hip, come underneath their arm, and shift into north-south. Okay. And now you're going to reverse from north-south. I'm going to come around, step, boom, into side. Okay. Then I'm going to slip my knee up, grab their hip, twist up into knee on belly. Okay. Now I'm going to switch. Bam, bam. Knee on belly on the other side. Bam. And then I'm going to boom, go to side control. Bam, and then to north-south. Make sense? That was 1 whole repetition. Okay. So again, side to knee on belly, to switching knee on belly, to side on the other side, to north-south. And then reversing that position, going from north-south to side, to knee on belly, to switch, to knee on belly, to side, to north-south. Okay. Now, if you want, you can kind of do the around the world drill. It's very similar. So now it looks like this. I'm going to start inside. Bam. Put my knee up. Get my knee on belly. Bam. I'm going to switch. Yes. Get my knee on belly on the other side. I'm going to do my side control on that side. I'm going to go to north-south. Then I'm going to go to side on this side. I'm going to do knee on belly. So in essence, it's clockwise or counterclockwise drill that you can work. Okay. So that's kind of the grappling drills on the ground. Hopefully you got a pillow, got a chance to work them as opposed to just watching me smother in this dude. Okay. So last thing we're kind of going to end with is strikes from various positions. Okay? So let's start with knee on belly. Okay. So we're going to be all kinds of knee on belly in this case here. And we can hold, we can pull punch. Okay. So we're going to just do 10 of those. We're just going to pull their head up either by hair, back of the neck, doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I like to lose my balance when I'm doing strikes. So in this case, I'm going to go to strikes just below his head. Okay. I'm going to lose my balance. 1. So I got my side control, knee on belly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I'm just going to switch right away. Bam, bam. Got my good side control. Leg out. Okay. Now I'm just going to full punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now I'm going to drop balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's kind of knee on belly, just a couple strikes. I like to kind of fall apart when I'm doing stuff in black area. So I want my head out because his hands are going to be all up in my face. And so I'm just going to drop. I'm just going to pick myself up just a little bit and drop knee boom, right on this groin. Okay. So once again, knee up, drop, okay. Or you can do the sternum drop where you just hear boom, do a little CPR for him the hard way. Okay, with your knee. Okay. Not recommended for CPR at all. So that's kind of knee on belly variations you can work. Next one we're going to do side. It's our favorite position. So we're going to get into, if you will, standard side control. So in this case, I can use my low knee to drive it into his hips, okay, or ribs, depending on where he is. Not my high knee. Okay. So I'm just going to pop that, put that where it belongs, and throw 5 high knees. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And it really helps if they're not looking at that knee when it's coming. He doesn't really have a neck to work on. So, yeah, good to work on that. All right, let's go just right to the other side. Again, you don't get me in your guard, dude. All right, so we're in side control. I'm going to switch over to our version. So we're going to outstep that one arm tight. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's 5 on a side. My favorite strike from side control is absolutely the knee. Okay. I like to throw the low knee because they'll roll away from you and you get them mid spine. Or I like to throw the high knee for promoting unconsciousness. Right. All right. Next one, north south. So, sure you already figured this out, but if I'm in north south, I got his pants grabbed on both sides, and I'm laying down. So I'm going to pull it back and drive it straight to the top. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So do 5 on a side. That's 3, 4, and 5. Switch the sides right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So that's north south, knee to the top of the head. Okay. Bad for the neck. Okay. Last one we're gonna do, scarf hold. Okay. So I'm sitting in scarf. Okay. Generally in jiu-jitsu considered a transitory position. For us, not so much. Mostly because we can do this. Okay, just 5 straight up. Okay, get your head out, punch it. Okay. Next, I'm going to drop my knee, elbow down to the groin, okay, and then punch back up. Okay, so it looks like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, working on the other side. Okay. Easier sometimes to just stand up when you're doing it. All right, here we go. So if you got your cushion in here, it's giving the corner a little bit of a hug. Okay. Got a nice scarf hold. You'll punch 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then just straight up 1, 2. Okay. You got variants. You punch them in the throat. You can go after their arm if you want to. Punch them in the armpit to get this arm freed up. Okay. Take ears, take eyes. As you see fit after that. Okay. One of my very good friends tends to punch the ground right next to your head when you're in this position. All right. So there you go. There's strikes from scarf, strikes from north-south, side, and knee on belly. Okay. If you have any questions about anything, send me an email, send me a text. Otherwise, you guys have a good time. We'll see you on Wednesday for Wednesday's class, right? Good job, guys.